So we are going to understand what are objects in JavaScript. Look around you. Every element that is around you is a form of an object. The laptop that you might be using to see this lecture or to code this lecture is an object. The bottle that you use to drink water is an object. The charger you use to charge your mobile phone or your appliances, they are all an example of object. And so the same way we can define data about that object in JavaScript. So objects are self-contained blocks that defines additional information about a particular element. So for example, let's say that I have a car. I can define additional data about that car in the form of an object. So to define an object, you just create a variable and you give it a name. In my case, it is going to be car because I am going to define my car's data. And then you open this block, and inside this block you define additional data about your car. For example, I'm going to say car name, and then here you don't write equals to, but here you write this colon, and then here you define the name. So I'm just going to say Scorpio N, okay? And then this is the data that is defined for this car. So this is the property name which has the value Scorpio N, okay? And so this is called as key. So the property name is called as the key, and then this is called as the value. So the data for this property name is called as the value, and together they are called as key value pair, okay? So this is one property that I have defined for my car object, the car name colon Scorpio N. Now if you want to define additional data, just provide a comma and then you can define additional data. So I'm just going to say color. I can say colored, and then here I'm just going to say black, okay? So this is one more data. Well, I misspelled colored, so this is black. If you want to define weight, I can say weight, and it would be somewhere around 1300 kgs. I'm sure it comes under the SUV type. So it is 1300 kg. So if you save, then this is the data about your car. Now to print or to see the data of your car object, you just do console.log and you say car, and if you save, you see the output here. So if I expand, you see we have car name, color and weight. Now how to access the data inside of this car object? Very simple. You just say car dot and then this property name, and if you can see that VS Code is automatically suggesting us that do you want to access one of the properties that you have defined for the car object? Yes, we do. What is that? Car name, color or weight? I'm simply going to say car name. So when I will say car dot car name, it simply means car dot car name. So we will get the value Scorpio N. If I save the script, we get a Scorpio N. Similarly, you can say weight as well. So car dot weight will give you the weight of the car. So this is a simple car object. Now you must have heard something called as method. So understanding method is very easy. Method is nothing but just a function inside of an object. So here I'm just going to say a start is a variable. Now I just called it variable, but don't call it variable. I call it variable so that I can explain you. But a data that is defined inside this object or any object is always called as property or referred as property. So I have declared a start property and I'm gonna declare it a simple function. So I'm just going to do this, okay? Now this start has function as its value, and remember in one of the previous videos, I don't remember it, but somewhere I told you that functions in JavaScript are actually values. So if you have values, you can store them into a variable. So here this is the variable. Of course it is a form of property, but you can call it variable as well. But yeah, under this condition, if it is an object, technically it is not called as variable, it is referred as property. But yeah, you know that this is also a variable. So whenever we store a data into a variable, but again call it property because this variable is inside an object. Now here all I'm just going to say is console.log car is starting, and that's it. So this is a simple method. So a simple function inside an object is called a method. So if you want to see the output, you just say, no, you don't say car.start here, no. Why? Because then this will console.log the entire function. Okay, so if I save this, you see you get the entire function as the output. No, you don't want the function as the output, you want the data inside the function as the output. So here I'm gonna comment this one. Okay, now let me show you what does it mean. See, you want to get the value of this function, right? And so when you have a function, if you want to get the value, you call it, right? So you say car.start, but with a function call. So you say car.start and then you call it. Now this car will call this start method, and what is this start method doing? Well, it just has a function as a value, and so when we provide this parenthesis, then this start will actually execute this function, and inside this all we are saying is car is starting. So you see car is starting as the value. So this is a simple example of an object. There is one more way of accessing a data inside of an object. So far we have used the property name, but we can do something like this as well. So I can say console.log. You take the car object and then you open this array, and inside this array you just refer the property name in the string format, and that's it. When you save, you will get the value of Scorpio N. I'm gonna select the weight again just to show you. Write the weight and there you go. You get 1300 kg. So this is a very simple example of an object in JavaScript. So I hope you understood everything about object. Well, this is not everything about object. This is over the top explanation of an object, but everything revolves around whatever I have just explained to you. So I hope you understood about object, and yeah, do make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. I keep posting such useful videos regularly. Gonna see you in the next one. Till then, stay safe. Happy coding.